Donatini, An Iron Sky. Right, I said before that track that there was a story that's probably even taken my breath away, which takes a little bit of doing. But the mayor of Milton Keynes Council, the Liberal Democrat candidate, Subhan Shafiq, has had to resign following revelations that he personally gave a reference to a man with a string of sexual convictions who applied for a taxi driver's licence. It has cost Mr Shafiq his position as mayor, and two members of the licensing committee, Stuart Blake and Gladstone Mackenzie, have also resigned in light of the incident. I suppose I'm probably, or I should be, a little bit impartial on most news stories. I'm actually going to struggle on this one. I just find this absolutely astonishing. The man in question, and I stress this is the cab driver here, or the man who applied for the licence, has four serious sexual offences against his name, one of which is rape. He was submitted an application to become a cab driver. The mayor wrote a personal reference supporting his application, and he went through the vetting procedure and has been driving on the roads of Milton Keynes, working as a cab driver for the last 7 months. One of the two men who's resigned from the licensing committee, that is Councillor Stuart Burke, who represents Shenley Brook End, has been on the committee since 2010, and his comment says, and I quote, "It is with regret I have decided to resign as chair of the Licensing and Regulation Authority. It is clear that on reflection I made an error of judgment in taking the decision to grant a taxi licence in this particular case. I am pleased that there are now much clearer draft rules on how to deal with applicants that have paid the price for their crime." I'm probably going to get into trouble for saying this, but I think that is pitiful for ladies who rely on cabs to get home safe in the evening, to say something like that. The man in question has not one, not two, not three, but 4 serious convictions against his name. I think that is absolutely disgraceful. I really, really do.
Step into the spotlight with me, Lucy, every Wednesday between 6 and 7 p.m. on Seclo Sounds. I'll have new music, the latest entertainment news, and interviews with local bands. If you're in a band, or if you have music that you think I should be playing, I'd love to hear from you. Email me, lucy@seclosounds.org, and join me every Wednesday from 6 till 7 for Spotlight on Seclo Sounds.
Well, that's Lucy, and to give some balance to this, I suppose, we've all made mistakes in our lives of varying degrees of severity, but I do struggle to see how someone who's got that sort of conviction can be put in a position of authority and people's personal safety to be in their hands. Surely, when some sort of committee vets applications like this, convictions or incidents with the police of any shape or form surely come up on the vetting procedure. I just find that it beggars belief in my mind how someone with that track record can be given a licence to drive a cab. Now, if anyone's got any views on that, they want to contact me at the station, please do. You may think I'm overreacting. If you do, please do let me know. I've got to say that the comments on the news feed are pretty much on the same lines as the comments I've made now on air. Most of the people from Milton Keynes who've made any comment on this find it absolutely astonishing that this has happened in the first place. And I'm going to make no bones about it. I think the councillors involved in this in general have behaved absolutely appallingly. Enough said.
Point the finger and hope the whole thing disappears. Remember, empty words will fall and fall upon the deafest ears. You won't give in without a fight, and foul play without a doubt. No silver lining to be seen in this thundercloud. Oh, that's not allowed in the ideal world. We'd be free to choose, but in my real world, oh, you can the world is talking now. This ain't no way to treat mankind. No. A sudden blackout stopped the show, but doesn't stop the way I am. 'Cause all my life I've been oppressed. You're not the first to say I am. I do all I can for an ideal world where we're free to choose. But in my real world, oh, you can bet we're gonna lose. In the ideal world, we can start again. But in my real world, depends on the color of your skin. We could be free forever if they would only change. But rules never change. No, no. A speck of blue up in the sky, a song of hope, a noble thought. But how long must the people die before the guilty ones are caught? Or will you spare a thought for an ideal world where we're free to choose? For an ideal world where we're no longer born to lose. In the ideal world, we can start again. Now in my real world, let's put an end to suffering and suffering. In the ideal world, where I'm free to choose. Oh, in my real world, we are safe to air our views. In the ideal world, we can start again. Now in my real world, it matters not about the color of your skin. Ideal world, free to choose. My real world, oh, we no longer made for you. Ideal world, start again. Oh, we can start again. We got to start again.
That's the Christians and the ideal world, if only we lived in such a thing. But hey, let's just make the best of what we've got. Last word probably on the story I've just done regarding the cab driver with the license to drive a cab despite his convictions of a serious sexual nature, his 4 convictions. Various things coming in on the news feed. I've got to say, every single one of them, bar one, suggests that the councillors in question have behaved badly, and the mayor has stated that although he's resigned as mayor, he is, and I quote, obviously going to carry on as a councillor. I suspect that the people of Milton Keynes may disagree with him on that one, and I don't think we've heard of the last of that story. But let's move on to something a little lighter. Plans to build an Aldi supermarket in Wolverton have prompted a major demonstration from residents, but far from lodging the usual protest, the savvy shoppers are actually saying a resounding yes to having Aldi come to town. In a Trading Places type twist, it's the authorities who are complaining and the residents who are campaigning. Hundreds of shoppers have signed a petition saying an old car showroom at the top of Stratford Road would be a perfect site for the cut-price giant Aldi. Others have started a Facebook page saying, we want Aldi for Wolverton. Campaigners braved the rain last week to demonstrate with Yes to Aldi banners at the site. The strength of feeling for the plans is enormous, said James Anderson, who works for Turley, the planning consultants engaged by Aldi. But the Milton Keynes Council officials are less enthusiastic. Milton Keynes Council are getting a hammering on tonight's show, I'll tell you. They've already forked out for a retail impact assessment, fearing a bargain supermarket might impact on the town's existing stores, which are Asda, Co-op and Tesco. They're also worried that the Stratford Road venue, which is almost opposite Ratcliffe School, would lead to traffic congestion on an already busy part of Wolverton. Well, Aldi have been asked to look at alternative sites, but there is a sort of snowball effect taking place there of people who very much want them to town. I've got to say, they really are cheap, aren't they? I went into one of them the other week, and I just couldn't believe how cheap things are. And actually, some of their stuff is pretty good.
Every finger in the room is pointing at me. I want to spit in the faces.
This is Tori Amos.
Get afraid of what that could bring. I got a bowling ball in my stomach. I got a desert in my mouth. Figures that my courage would choose to sell out now. I've been looking for a savior in these dirty streets. Looking for a savior beneath these dirty sheets. I've been raising up my hands, drop another nail in. Just what God needs, one more victim. Why do we crucify ourselves every day? I crucify myself. Nothing to do is good enough for you. Crucify myself every day. I crucify myself. My heart is sick of being. It's in my heart is sick of being. Suffering so that I can have my cross. I know a cat named Easter. He says, will you ever learn? You're just an empty cage, girl, if you kill the bird. Why do we crucify ourselves every day? I crucify myself. Nothing to do is good enough for you. Crucify myself every day. Crucify myself. My heart is sick of being. It's in my heart is sick of being. Chains. Oh, oh. Chains. Oh, oh. But please, looking for a savior in these dirty streets. Looking for a savior beneath these dirty sheets. I've been raising up my hands, driving another nail in. Where are those angels when you need them? Why do we crucify ourselves every day? I crucify myself, and nothing to do is good enough for you. Crucify myself every day. I crucify myself. My heart is sick of being. I said my heart is sick of being. Chains. Oh, oh. Chains. Why do we chains? Crucify ourselves every day.
It's coming up to, as near as matters, 8:44, so in my world that's about 16 minutes to 9 o'clock. On this lovely Monday evening, the 1st of September. If you've listened to the show on a frequent basis, you'll know I do a section called 3 from 1, and also another one which is the Monday Night Connection. I'll be doing the Monday Night Connection right after this.
Listen to the Sticks Radio Show.